welcome. I'm here in the data center in front of the IBM rack because we are going to talk IBM with Brian. Brian, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and what we're going to talk about today?
Sure, Andy. So my name is Brian Sherman. I'm a distinguished engineer focused on storage here at IBM. And my specialty is around high availability, disaster recovery, and cyber resiliency. And probably for the past 6-7 years, been really more focused around cyber resiliency and what that means in working with our customers to design cyber resilience storage solutions.
So cybersecurity, I think we probably all heard of. I kind of have an idea what you're talking about, but what does IBM mean by cyber resiliency?
Yeah, great question, Andy. And it's one of those that I try to be very specific because each of us vendors has different terminology on what we're all meaning. So, we think of it in terms of left of boom, right of boom, and the boom being the cyber event that takes place. So cybersecurity from an IBM perspective is, again, build the wall, try to keep the bad actors out. Once they get through the wall, that's where I come into play from the storage side of the house in being able to mix and match either primary storage or secondary storage or both to develop an overall cyber resiliency solution. So again, we're kind of that last line of defense from a storage perspective. So once they break through the perimeter, what can I do to help our customers recover?
So when we talk about storage in cybersecurity in the Nest framework, we're talking about traditional backup, but you're talking about a different kind of technology that really sounds like a game changer.
Yeah, and so that's why I split it into those two areas around primary storage and secondary storage. So when we're talking about primary storage, that'll be either with our DS8000 or our flash systems and SAN volume controller as the primary storage. And we're leveraging an existing technology called safeguarded copy. So it's there, it's part of the overall Spectrum virtualize software stack itself, so that and it provides an on-array immutable copy capability. So now I can take that immutable copy and I can do some data validation, some anomaly scanning on that immutable copy that's on the array to be able to detect if in fact your environment has been impacted or not.
Now, one of the things I know a little bit about IBM storage, and one of the things I've seen with a lot of IBM solutions is that these aren't typically rip and replace. As long as I have certain components in place, I can get the functionality that we're looking for. And so I know that some of the storage solutions that you mentioned, stuff that I can bring in, add in fact, in some cases, put in front of other storage solutions and gain a lot of functionality. I take it we're in the same ballpark here, the same situation?
Yeah, absolutely, Andy. So that, if our customer has a specific backup solution in place, for example, leverage that. Continue to leverage your backup solution, for those environments where you're okay with a longer data recovery. And whether that's on-prem, off-prem, object store, we don't really care. When we're talking about the primary storage, that does mean that I'm going to have an IBM flash systems installed or a SAN volume controller. So I can either leverage the IBM storage that comes with flash system, or I can leverage our SAN volume controller to leverage a customer's existing storage in their environment. So I can reuse the storage that our customer has, or if they want to go with the IBM storage for this mission critical tier 0, tier 1 type of application set that we're dealing with, then I have the capability to do that as well. So yeah, either one.
So when you're talking about leveraging your existing backup solution, you made a comment about recovery time. Usually that's kind of the thing that backup people don't like talking about, is how long does it actually take to get your data back. So what does the secure copy technology bring really to help us in that situation to get people back up and running quicker?
Yeah, and it's another one that we walk our customers through, saying, okay, your backups that are out there. To me, it's a pretty easy metric that I have, X number of terabytes or petabytes, and if I have to recover it, either what's your network speed, or what's the speed of the backup appliance or that backup target that you've got your backup data on, and then divide. And that's how long it's going to take to recover that environment. Where we're on the primary array with immutable copies, it is literally a snap back of the metadata that we've been maintaining on the array and that we've done the data validation on, so that I don't have to bring the data back from anywhere other than snap it back to the original copy. And you've got a choice: do I snap it back over top of that existing data, or do I need to keep it and do forensics, or regulators need to look at it so I can restore it just to somewhere else on the primary array? So again, a couple different ways that we walk through with our customers from designing how we do this.
So it sounds like this is a great tool in those environments. Again, the way people say things is important. And you made a comment early on about when there's an incident or when they get in. So we really need to be thinking in terms of there are going to be issues. Are there benefits beyond just from a cybersecurity standpoint of putting this kind of solution in place?
Yeah, and both go hand in hand. So again, we need to be doing everything that we can, and our customers are doing, to try to keep the bad actors out. And I can tie in my storage capabilities into those security solutions as well. So I can do audit log analysis and tie that into a customer's existing SIM, and look for, Andy's signing into a server at 3 a.m. What are you doing? You shouldn't be doing that. And so they, again, can kind of raise those red flags about how we can tie security and storage together to be more proactive in trying to detect events. If we see something like that, then we can automatically call safeguarded copy on the Spectrum virtualized system. Again, trying to get to as close to the event taking place. So I'm going to limit the scope of the recovery that I have to do, and again, help you recover faster because I've got the event quicker, so I've got less data that I actually have to snap back.
Now, obviously, any place where you've got the flash system in place, or say, volume controller in place, if it's not turned on, partners need to go in and have that conversation with our customers. But if we're looking at net new customer, is there a particular target? Is there a customer that this is a better fit for, or is this everybody should be looking at this?
It is one of those that everybody should be talking about: cybersecurity, cyber resiliency, putting in plans, just like most customers have done for HA and DR. That I have to plan for bad things taking place, and this is now a different bad thing to plan for. And over the past few years, we've certainly seen ransomware and malware attacks get more frequent. It's to the point today that, unfortunately, pretty much daily, I'm getting reports of customers being impacted. And it doesn't matter whether it's public sector, whether it's the healthcare sector, whether it's financial services. It's across industries and across small customers to large customers. Again, part of the bad actors, trying to get in and extract money as quick as they can. Well, if they go after a smaller customer, then okay, it may be a smaller amount, but they've gotten to a volume business now where they want to hit as many as they can. And well, maybe some customers aren't as disciplined in putting patches on and due diligence around lifecycle management. So it unfortunately does cover all industries and all sizes of our customers.
Well, it seems like it's another tool for the tool chest, whether we're looking at it from just the basic functionality and availability that it brings to really any environment, or looking at it specifically as a cybersecurity tool, though, given that that's so top of mind, sounds like that's the best route to have that conversation with a customer, to bring in these technologies, really frame it in that cybersecurity conversation.
Yeah, and it's because of how prevalent the cyber events are these days. It's one of those that I try to talk to our customers and saying, again, it's when the event takes place. So please start if you've got the capabilities in the environment. start working with ourselves, with our partners to implement that solution. You've got the capability. We just need to start doing it.
All right. Well, thank you very much for your time and your insights, Ryan. And hopefully we'll hear from you again about IBM solutions.
Yeah, my pleasure, Andy. Looking forward to the next time.